Oh, hey y'all, how's it going? Fatty here, and today I am bringing you another episode of some ARC PvP. Started on a fresh server, so I started like always doing a little bit of a note run, and from there I wanted to get started on Crystal Isles. Kind of like always, that's usually my go-to to get started, so just gathered some basic resources and then headed over there. Now, one of my favorite rat holes, which is probably one of the most popular ones, it's the one that's like under the floating islands, I noticed just been either freshly raided or just at least wasn't really occupied anymore, so I decided I really wanted to try to lock this one down. So I tamed me an Arthropleura real quick and just started breaking down everything that I possibly could. There were still a couple turrets up here, and by the looks of this internal chandelier, I have no idea what the hell these guys were really trying to do. It just seemed like a really good spot to try to start breaking down first, just in case there was any extra ARB or anything like that could really help me get going. So after that, I need to get some resources to really get that base building going strong, and as I did, I came across this guy on a griffin, so I went for the easy pick. He does manage to kind of get away for just a second, but I do manage to pin him down and get some incredible loot from him. So as you can see, I got a breeding pair of Tech Stegos, which was really nice. It was able to get me my line going, as well as a ton of flak, just some really good resources. He had tech foundations, as well as a shotgun. Now that shotgun is going to come in super handy. I already have one from an earlier PvP fight I got into, but I'm going to need one later on to get to tech in the very first day, and I'm going to need that to do the boss fight on center. But after this, I was trying to get my base ready, started putting down some good stuff, started breeding those Tech Stegos, and then some guy put a little fob outside and said that I had 2 hours to give up my base. So I just started trolling him in the chat, telling him that I needed the 2 hours, that I was going to go move the base for a bit of stuff. But in all reality, I was about to go carve pumpkins with my kids, and there's no way in the world I was going to miss that. So I was just kind of stalling for some time. And by the time I got back, he hadn't really done any damage. I had a little pill towered down a little bit lower in the rat hole, just kind of waiting to see what he would do. And he really didn't do anything, so I just really kind of pushed on that fob once I got back online, and this is some of that one. So the fob he set was not the greatest. It was a TP fob, so I think his plan was just kind of keep coming back and forth a ton to just knock me out, because he probably thought I just didn't have enough to get really started. But luckily for me, I had those Tech Stegos that I got from that guy that just allowed me to really get going. So I just soaked a little bit. It really did not take too much soaking. I think I had to heal up the Stego twice before it dropped. And then from here, I figured the best way to go about it was just to kind of rocket it. But it was taking a while because it is a cliff plat. This area isn't 6 times either, which I thought it was. I never lived here before actually on a PvP server, or actually tried to raid it. So it just took a while, so I thought with that being raided, I might be able to just get away with trying to grapple in and break it down. There was one turret that was still on that hatch frame that would have been able to shoot me. It was only on players only. It was a heavy turret that wasn't just hitting me from this point. And if you pay attention, it actually does kind of shoot right before it hits that pillar, and that's actually from that turret. So I wanted to drop this turret. Then I was thinking if I could get just the right angle underneath the hatch frame, then I'd just be able to kind of go underneath, so let's grapple. But like I said, it was taking a lot of resources, just a lot of rockets, a lot of rocket launchers. So I decided to go the C4 method and grapple up, and I thought I had the perfect angle right there, and it was going smooth, and I lagged back. I got hurt as I was bringing out my C4, so I was like, oh no. So then I had to grapple up some more, and then nothing was working because of lag, and then I got shot again, and then I had to move that, and yeah, it just didn't work out well. It was kind of a pain. So then I decided, since I already did enough damage to the cliff plat, that it wouldn't take more than probably 20 more rockets than I already used. I was like, what the heck? Just burn through the couple more rockets I needed to take it down, and then the fob is gone. And at the end of the day, that's all I really cared about, was getting this fob gone. And that guy was talking so much smack that I'll give you time to move and stuff, and then he couldn't even get to past one little wall. I mean, if he was already on tech and had, a teleporter and stuff, that he was willing to come over here, you might as well take the time to actually push someone out of their rat hole, am I right? So as soon as that dropped, I collected a little bit of loot, and then I just kind of started scouting around to see what else was around, since I did have some stuff to raid with. I did come across this this. I don't know really what to call it. I didn't want to kind of wreck everything they had, because obviously they had just gotten started. You might want to take a look just in case they had anything. I was brand new, I didn't really have any blueprints or anything that I could kind of make my own, so I just wanted to see what I could have. I wasn't looking to wreck somebody's day that was just like a brand new pop. But I came across this guy and I thought he was awake, so I was going to knock him out for some fun, but he was just kind of sleeping, standing up. But when I opened up this inventory, holy cow, ton of flak blueprints, ton of building material, a couple like saddle blueprints, as well as a riot shield blueprint, kibble, tuso. I mean, these guys had obviously been for a while. They also had a wyvern egg on them, and the thing that I noticed is that they had 2 dead cryopods. So either they had been playing for a long time, or they happened to get somebody who was playing for a while that actually had been to have a dead cryopod. So I didn't really feel too bad at this point taking some of their stuff. Plus they had some really cool chibis that I ended up coming back and taking later, because chibis are awesome. Anyways, from here, I really just wanted to focus on getting to the tech tier, just completing boss fights. So I didn't really find anything else I could really scout and hit right away, so then I just went on to do boss fight. Now, if you never completed the boss fight solo to actually get the tech turrets and generator and all that kind of good stuff, not all the pieces of the tech, like, whatever, gear, but all like the building basic tech stuff that you really need to get going, the center is always the best one to go. It's real simple. If you have a half decent shotgun, a Procroptodon, and at least 500 to maybe 600 rounds of shells, you are going to be fine. It is one of the easiest boss fights to complete solo. I do it all the time. Anytime I do on a new server that requires for you to do the boss fight, I always go over the center. It's not the hardest to complete. Sometimes you do need to get the dino bits. That's probably the hardest parts, especially getting like the Tuso tentacles or the spinal sails, because they just don't spawn all the time, but it's really not all that difficult. So once you get those little pieces, then you're all set. So from there, I have a whole tutorial, but I get video questions all the time if it still works, and people are like, no, this method doesn't work anymore. So I'm just going to run through this entire boss fight. It doesn't take the 30 minutes. I think it takes like 4 minutes for me to complete, and it works super well. So all you have to do is kind of come over here to this ledge, and all you're going to do is just jump up here. Now, if you're going to overshoot it, I just always dismount. You can remount sometimes, or you can just kind of parachute down. But regardless, once you're up here, you're pretty much set. You just got to be a little bit smart about not getting too close to the edge, so that way the Mesopithecus doesn't hit you. I usually take him down first, but I already had the replicator unlocked, as well as the generator and the transmitter. So for me, it was really about getting the broodmother so I could get those tech turrets, because tech turrets are king, and if you don't have tech turrets, then you're just going to get wrecked really easily. Now, I did have a cap shotgun that I happened to find off of somebody in one of those kind of earlier fights, so this one went down so fast. I don't think I used even 200 shots to take down both of them. Just counting right now as I'm actually recording this, because I was kind of curious. It takes about 24 shots from me to take down a broodmother, so it was pretty easy boss fight overall. Like I said, as long as you get a really good angle, you are going to be fine. If you're not right up against the edge, the Mesopithecus won't be able to hit you, and boom, easy tech here right there. So then when you are ready to take on Harambe, just creep to the edge so you can just barely clip him. Like right here, I'm not hitting him. It's like creep just a tiny bit closer. And if you're getting too close to the edge, just find a different angle, right? You never want to get right against the edge, because sometimes you can throw that rock and it can clip you just a little bit. Or if you're right at the edge, sometimes they'll spawn the little monkeys and they can push you off. And then sometimes that can be game over if you can't get your Procroptodon back up, because you can't grapple in the boss arena if you didn't know that. But as you can see, once you get that sweet angle, then it's just super easy. The rock doesn't come anywhere near me. I can take my time reloading, and he just kind of stays in place. And then just like that, with this last round of the shotgun, I had all the tech gear and stuff that I really needed to get started up on the server. Like tech grenade, that was a huge one, and tech rifle that I actually did get from the Mesopithecus. Those are going to come really good in handy. I do a raid in the next episode that I'll show you guys, and if I didn't have the tech grenades or the tech rifle, there would have been no way I would have been able to survive that raid or anything like that. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I do have our merch shop at ripdieco.com. All the links in the description below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.